Okay, check out the content warnings before we get into this. Hi everybody, this is Marie Blue Angel, and I am checking out the demo for Chromatic Agape. I'm very excited to check this out and get caught up with what's happening in this demo, this story, and I'm really intrigued. I also really like this music that's playing here on the title screen, and I am curious about what exactly is going to happen. We see a broken paintbrush. What is this? A broken tube? Like a beaker? Why would that be there? It's something else that I can't see. A light or a glass. Bucket. Box. Paint. Painting. Drawing. Sketch. A ladder. We have to escape. That's all I'm getting. Okay. Shadows. There's a spray paint can. I love it. Okay. Anyways, this is a submission for NaNoWriMo this year, and yeah, let's just get into it because I had read what this was about a while ago, and I haven't been able to get to it until now. So now I don't really remember exactly what's happening, but that's okay because I'm checking it out, and that's always good for being surprised and things. So let's just get started. Those who wail in the depths of despair, what do they share in common? It appears they're all erected a shrine in memory of the past, releasing their screams of anguish in the name of worship. Pray tell, where does the genesis of happiness lie? If all that serves as our lifelines, ushering ever-existent souls to a new world is to lament, what will it be? What will it be? I don't know how to say that. That which beckons us to cease our religion's adherence to fate, to seize control, even in the face of hopelessness. Whoosh. My dearest, blank, please guide me. Show me how to stay beside you. As this blurry hand comes towards us. Who are you? Question mark, question mark, question mark. Give me the courage to go to lengths no hero would ever go. Okay, we see a face that looks like it's beat up. Something's happened. Are you dying? Bestow your favor upon me so I can follow the river of death downstream alongside you. Who is it? Who is pleading for my attention so gently? Okay, it's clearer. A person. Okay. It's too late for my confession, isn't it? Oh, it's clear. Oh, lighting's fun. Hello. The beauty of your silent refusal makes it almost painless. The creases next to his eyes deepen further as he gazes at me. Tears freely flow down his face, tracing uneven paths akin to the tremble in his voice. Okay, you're crying. You are dying, so fair. Why is he showing such a pained smile? Who is this person? That's more me being like, who is this person? His solemn gaze pierces through me, and it's as if the barrier between us suddenly dissolves. The wind, relentless against my skin, no longer leaves me a mere spectator in this moment. The calluses of his fingertips graze mine, his palm firmly pressed against my gloves. Okay, we're in a meadow of sorts. The light is shining. We're holding hands. Yet any attempt to generate a semblance of heat is thwarted by the breeze that gently sways the surrounding greenery. When was the last time anyone held my hand like this? The painting needs you. Something's happening with the painting. We saw that in the title screen. Okay, we can connect those dots. Starting to, at least. You must show me the key to the door. so we can be freed from the chains of despair. Blink. Okay. Okay, so that's like maybe a dream, maybe a vision, maybe like a memory. Something's gonna happen with like the time. I wonder if this is gonna be like a, what do you call that? Like not chromatic, chronological. I don't think it's I feel like I'm curious about how the story is going to be fleshed out, and if we'll see like continue to see perspectives where we see stuff from the future, but it was our past, or is it our past, or is it the future type of thing. Now we see a room. Maybe we're in a bedroom with a desk and lots of stuff, lots of notes everywhere. Where am I? Feels like I just had the weirdest dream. Been there. I mean, not in this particular way, but yeah. But then again, what should I expect? It's been ages since I had a decent night's sleep. Grade school, maybe? That long? That's a long time to not have decent sleep. Are you in college? You look like you're, or like, yeah, maybe you're like a medical student because you're studying anatomy. The skull here, he's like Shakespeare. No, even earlier than that. My parents had me enrolled in after-school lessons by then. It's this late. I suppose the hospital shifts tired me out more than I expected. Okay, so you work at the hospital. It's raining. Ooh, I like this, like, ambiance, though. I like the rain and the color scheme of, like, with the lighting here. It's nice. Who knows how exhausting my schedule's going to get once I officially become a resident. Ah, I see. You are a medical doctor. How fun! I know people who are medical doctors or about to be. It's so crazy. Their lives seem so hectic. Look at this mess. Just a couple hours of shut-eye and the whole desk is cluttered already. I can't afford another lecture from my parents, especially right before the graduation party. Or, as they insist on calling it, the commencement ceremony. I mean, I honestly didn't know, like, the word commencement really until, like, I had to go to a commencement. So, like, I wonder in what context this is. Commencement ceremony is the person referring to. I'm curious. Like, is it just, like, I don't like the term, or it seems more fancy, or there's something else attached to that. We'll see. They've always been sticklers for names. I'd like to imagine they're eagerly awaiting the moment they can address me as a doctor. It's been a lifelong dream of the family, after all. Well, that's no fun to be pushed into. Doing something just for that sake of, like, being called doctor. Anyways, time to make sure nothing is amiss. Every document must be perfectly in place. Not a single one can be out of order. Ooh! Cute. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I do remember this. I feel like I'm probably gonna leave the name just since it's the demo. Oh my god, eye colors. How pretty. All of them. My eyes are honestly more of like a darker brown anyways. Ooh. Can have different color eyes. How fun. Orange too. Why not? I'll go for these two different color eyes. Oh my gosh. Food is done. Okay. Hair color. Oh, wait, I love the bald option. Hime. Choppy. Wispy. My god, that's really long hair. I thought like long would like come down like maybe over here. That's funny. Maybe medium. I don't know if wispy works better then. That's cool. You have some options here. I'm I'm gonna do this. Ooh. Okay. Ooh, these are pretty. What is this? I can't see. Is it a heart? Probably. Hell yeah, let's put on some glasses. I don't actually wear. I'm just picking a bunch of stuff that I just like want to have. No moles. Sure, I'm okay with swearing. What are bugs? Bugs, yeah? Well, I can deal with bugs. Okay. Is it on yes? They're all on yes right now. So gore is fine personally. Anyone who doesn't like any of this, depending on what I choose, maybe. Yeah. I don't know. Okay. I mean, I guess I have to just. I don't like personally. Like, I get like. Actually, I don't know how much of like the illustrations are to come up. I don't know if I want to see sexual violence or suicide and self-harm at all, but I need to know the story. I'm okay in general, but like, okay, just keep this in mind. We're gonna keep it on these on read only, and the rest are okay, like swearing and gore and bugs. I'm so sorry if you don't like bugs or gore or swearing. These are also, I can just read about them. I'm fine. Okay. Words without a dot. This is fine. Okay. Finish. Whoa, we look cool. Seems like everything is in order. That took me a little longer than I thought. I might as well finish cleaning up my dorm before sleep tempts me again. Where should I focus on cleaning up? Probably the desk. My trusty personal computer. The object I've cursed countless nights with bloodshot eyes and migraines. Ooh, not the migraines. The screen glare was unbearable. I even had to get a separate lamp to save my eyes from being fried. Our dorm had this lights out policy that became quite the hassle during late night study sessions. Still, it's better than staying with my parents. If my dad had his way, I would be going to sleep at midnight and waking up at 4. Nope. I cannot operate on like less than like 5 hours of sleep. Ideally, I'm getting 8 to 9. Lately, it's like a 6 to 7.5 type of situation. So I don't know how people do it if they even think they can do 4. Some people can, and I applaud them. But I can't. My body will literally be mean to me, understandably. Okay, we should pick maybe the bookshelves. So many books. My parents went all out, even at buying things our family needs to be the best. Perks of being an only child. There are titles on anatomy, physiology, histology, and a bunch more. Not to mention the textbooks for residency exams and notes from our clinical sessions. There's that skull they gave me after my first class on anatomical dissection. The scent of formaldehyde might still be on it. Oh. I remember spending hours memorizing all the sutures for Ermina, Metusas, arches. Meatusas? Basically everything someone could think of. 1 week later, I found out we had to memorize innervations, too. Ugh. I'm not touching those cranial nerve mnemonics ever again. But hey, Mom had so much fun bragging about how I studied for fun to everyone at family gatherings. Your parents do not seem fun. The walls. I'm surprised that those tape paper notes are still hanging on after all these years. There's practically a note for every subject. Charts for glycolysis, gluconeogenesis, and whatever else is. Lol. I wish I could add some color to my room, but it's not worth the hassle. Besides, my family would have a field day if they knew I was wasting time with something other than becoming a doctor. At least the sticky notes managed to evade their scrutinizing gaze whenever they came to visit. And that's all we got, so I'm too tired right now. Easy task first. Time to prepare the smaller donation boxes. I think I remember there being some under my bed. I slowly shuffle my way over, squeezing through the narrow bottom space with caution. My hands skim along the side rail, picking up dust particles along the way. Never knew I'd be so grateful for these sweat-wicking gloves. Finally, my fingers find the rough edges of what seems like a beaten-up cardboard. It feels even more worn out than the other boxes scattered around. There was a shake. With some effort, I tugged the box closer, feeling its weight resist my pull. However, after a bit of a struggle, I managed to nudge it past the side rail. Now, let's see what's hiding in here. Rummaging through the contents, I discover a mismatch of tools and instruments. How on earth did these end up here? Scalpel, dissecting scissors, and forceps from my old surgery practice kit. There's even the propofol injection from the pharmacology lab. I'd knocked myself out with it, but it's probably expired by now. Now let's see. A defibrillator? Handy in a pinch, I guess, but who knows how old this relic is. What about this old stethoscope? I swear I dished it ages ago. It was useless during cardiology clinicals. As I kept sifting through the stuff in the box, I stumble upon something flat. It's got this rough, sturdy feel to it, almost like a piece of linen. I will say this is reminding me that, like, right now, one of the life things that's happening right now is I'm getting ready to move, and so this, Sev looking through stuff is all reminding me that I also have to look through stuff. Though I have done it quite a bit already, but it is funny the things you find that you kind of forgot about. And either it's like, do I throw it away or get rid of it or donate it or whatever? I'm highly sentimental and I already knew this, but sometimes I want to keep things because maybe I should, but sometimes I shouldn't because it's not worth it. But anyways, that's just a side note here. I try to pull it out, but it kicks up another cloud of dust, coating my hands. What the hell is this? Oh, we saw this in the title. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's something about angels. I do remember looking at angels or deities. I can't remember, but I do remember this in the title. This one's sad, though. It has a tear. A painting. Its surface is marred with rough patches. Several pixie-like characters stand next to one another with interlocked hands. The lines are shaky with incomplete coloration, giving the painting an unfinished, almost sketch-like quality. However, their youthful faces radiate a familiar joy. Huh? How did this get here? I haven't seen this in forever. You can separate the art from the artisan, since the terrarium of crafts breathes life upon itself. Yet an artisan will always find themselves reeling back to the realm of the arts, akin to the believer whose heart forever wishes to hear the divine voice of inspiration. All the songs have been written, and all the tales have been told. History repeats itself, and we continue our cycle of mindless creation. What use is it to paint, write, or make music when it's going to be a copy of one thing or another? Perhaps it's to wash away our sins, to paint the fiery strokes of wrath, the insatiable craving beyond mere avarice, maybe even to emulate someone else's art in a fit of envy and vanity. One can certainly engage in the slothful desire of doing meaningless pieces, but that's an art in itself, isn't it? Whether it's for praise or punishment, or to be loved by all and be presented as a figure of gazing and lust. It's all the contrapasso of what determines a hero and a villain, the interplay of light and shadow, the chiaroscuro of life. Chiaroscuro? That's Italian, right? Chiaroscuro, maybe. How did this end up here, though? I remember Mom sorting through my boxes when I moved out. There's no way they'd let me keep one of my paintings after all those past arguments. It could distract me from school, after all. I think people need to have hobbies, even if you go for one thing. Sure, I'm assuming that Sev here wanted to go to medical school. Probably not, but like, let's just say that she did. What's wrong with having other things that you like to do? I don't think there's anything wrong, like, if you just want to do something for fun or pursue it for, like, more seriously or whatever, in tandem with something else. So, I don't know. I think this is something, but I do get that this is probably a theme that will reoccur in this story. Speaking of distractions, what's this half-sketched character doing here? Look at the little sad tear. It's just sitting. There's just sitting. Perhaps it was a mistaken shading, but the ethereal mist surrounding him really sets this pixie apart from the others. His visage, etched with pain, triggers a sense of familiarity, though I can't quite place it. Maybe my idea is that it's the person from before that we saw before we got back into this room. Perhaps it's related to the eerie presence around him. Look at you, brooding all alone while everyone else is having fun without you. At this rate, they're going to completely forget about your existence. Maybe I should finish your drawing so they can't ignore you anymore. Loneliness makes you stand out, not fit in. Dwelling in self-pity won't earn you sympathy from the cheerful crowd over there. You're only making them more eager to flaunt their sparkling aura in your face. I delicately press my hand against the painting, tracing the contours of his silhouette upon the textured linen canvas. Perhaps you're trying to grab my attention. You sneaky little villain. Huh? What's going on? They smiled at me! That's kind of creepy. Is the character really staring at me? I would freak out, to be honest. I guess I'm starting to hallucinate from the tiredness. Why am I even having a conversation with someone from a painting in the first place? Nostalgia must be hitting me harder than I thought. Whatever. I just have to push through the graduation party. It'll all be worth it. My parents will be over the moon. They'll tell me how proud they are, how they couldn't have wished for a better kid. I don't mind sacrificing my old hobbies, my artwork, or anything else, as long as it helps me achieve their dream. Okay. It is their dream. Okay. My dearest goddess, please guide me. Show me how to stay beside you. It's him again. The painting needs you. You must show me the key to the door, so we can be freed from the chains of despair. Okay. Good reminder. We woke up again, so something's happening with this painting. The painting? I glance at the canvas once more. There's something about it that draws me in. Perhaps I should examine it more closely. It might offer a clue about who that person was. These cheerful heroes seem suspicious. I should start with them first. The strange man appeared happy despite tears streaming down his face, so it is most likely not the sulking character. I don't have time for this. Let me save. I don't know. I don't even know based on the outfit, like, where should I go? I'm just gonna go in order. I should focus on the red pixie. That red color scheme. A fiery character, rebelliously risking it all to protect their comrades and keeping them out of harm's way. But I don't think it's that one. I have to keep searching. Maybe it's a blue one. That yellow color scheme. An intelligent character employing their knowledge to navigate tough situations and remaining composed for the sake of their team. But I don't think it's that one. Let's keep searching. Okay. I really think it's the blue one? Green one. A caring character, showcasing their generosity and readily embracing the topic of self-love, nurturing everyone's well-being. But maybe it's not this one. The blue one? That blue color scheme. A diligent character exerting their leadership and skillfully negotiating the best outcomes for their team. But it's not this one. Okay. Purple. A A grandiose character expressing their appreciation and praise for the team's efforts, validating everyone's contributions. Pink. A kind-hearted character spreading love and acceptance to everyone, drawing them close with their innate charm. But I don't think it's that one. I have to keep searching. I don't have time for this. That's enough. Prioritizing my graduation is key. Otherwise, there won't be any good news to celebrate. Mom and Dad will be disappointed if things don't meet their expectations. Haven't you technically graduated already? Or you've met all the requirements, so... I don't think there's actual real risk of you not graduating. But what do I know? My dearest Mom and Dad. Disappointing indeed. Wasting your time instead of properly studying for your exams. They're here again. It must be nice to live rent-free in someone else's head. Okay, I'm going to save again. I'm going to dismiss them from my mind. Is it my fault for simply wanting to be loved? If I'm nothing but my parents' puppet, I'm a useless one now. Putting your thoughts and efforts in each step as you grow up. That's how I was brought up, to the best of the best, to be the best of the best. When I first picked up that canvas, I realized there was another feeling inside me that I couldn't kill off, lying dormant beneath the heavy weight of my responsibilities. In the presence of light from the canvas, those emotions sprouted and extended their new green shoots, reaching high above, never once wavering, even though I had. I believed that they'd accept me from straying from their wishes and dreams. Maybe if I tried to emulate those smiling heroes, those fairy-like creatures which seemed to exude all that I ever wanted. They say even tattoos embedded deep within one's flesh fade with time. Where are these colors, strokes and sketches embedded? That they've remained so deep within me. That this memory still acts on my contrapasso, a punishment fit for my sins. A villainous child like me doesn't deserve to. Give me the courage to go to lengths no hero would ever go. Mr. Man. Those eyes, where have I seen them before? Bestow your favor upon me, so I can follow the river of death downstream alongside you. Why do you wear such a pained smile? Why does it seem like I'm loved and treasured in your eyes? Good question. Mystery. I had a clearer view this time. It's definitely similar to him, isn't it? This one. A half-sketched character, his head looming downwards as if weighed down by a heavy burden from above. Unlike the other vibrant painted fairies, his proportions are only rendered in pencil. He was the only character I couldn't finish at the time. The realization slowly makes its way down my throat. I feel the flames of embarrassment and shame more intensely than ever. Perhaps it's because I couldn't even complete the one task I secretly aimed to achieve during those childhood days. But then again, seeing his defeated look ignites a warm fire inside me, a similar heat to when I saw the vision of that strange man holding my hand. Maybe it's because I've grown accustomed to living in this sense of chaos and duality that I can empathize with his position as the outcast. Perhaps this has been my holy sanctuary all along, as a devious villain who's only able to ruin the world they've created. We can't both be puppets to someone else's will. Might as well turn you into a complete character so you can stick it to those hero-like pixies. I rummage through my desk, searching for something to draw with. The sharp end of a pencil pokes my fingertip, and I quickly seize it, gripping it tightly as I set to work on the canvas.
I hope you don't mind if I mess this up. It's been quite some time since I've done any artwork. However, I'll do my best to make you the biggest, most beautiful, and best of them all. Ultimate muscle mass awaits you. That's funny. I focus intently on the sketch, each stroke deliberate and precise. The sound of the flowing movement of the pencil fills the room, a comforting rhythm that envelops me. With each stroke, I feel myself becoming more immersed in the task at hand. The friction of the paper beneath the pencil gives me a sense of warmth, as if the canvas itself is alive under my touch. When was the last time I had this much fun? I could keep doing this forever. Almost complete. Just have to find something to color him with, and then... Are you there, goddess? It's me. Huh? Whose voice was that? Ugh, my head is ringing. Thank you for coming back to me. Who? Blink, blink. Oh my gosh, that's kind of creepy. But it's fine. Who are you? I'd be freaked out. Way more freaked out. But I guess if your head's ringing, that is a lot. I'm alone. There's no one by my side. Nothing remains. Except for my God. Oh. I'm alone. There's no one by my side. Nothing remains. Except for my goddess, Seth.
Ooh. Where did we wake up? It's pretty. I like this background.
Where am I? What's going on? Cascading waterfalls glisten like liquid crystals. Expansive meadows are adorned with exotic foliage. Each blade of grass seems to shimmer with its own unique vibrancy. The flowers, with petals of unfamiliar hues, sway gently in an unseen breeze. Endless rows of towering trees cloaked in verdant foliage, their branches reaching skyward in a silent hymn to the heavens. The air is thick with the scent of life and growth, a heady perfume that envelops me in its embrace. That's not even all. On the distant horizon, a majestic rainbow casts an ethereal glow across the sky. It dances with a palpable essence of fantasy and magic, as if every ray whispers secrets of worlds beyond.
Whoa, it's a really cool scene we're seeing.
Huh. I think I heard something. Who's there? Before I can finish my sentence, the source of the alarming sounds materializes before me. In a majestic fusion of bear-like stature and ethereal moth-like wings, he is tall and striking, reminiscent of storybook pixies or fairies.
Oh.
He kneels before me with the grace that bellies his stature, gently taking my hands in his own. His touch is electric, sending shivers cascading down my spine as he presses his lips tenderly against my gloves, leaving behind a ghostly imprint of warmth and longing. It's as if time itself stands still, the world fading away to nothingness as we become lost in each other's gaze.
Hello? What an introduction.
That gaze, it's so familiar. Could it be? It's you, isn't it? The strange man from my vision. You remember me, dearest goddess. Pristine white fur cascades down his neck, while his tight-fitting top accentuates his bulging muscles. His black hair, stylishly tousled, with a hint of spiky allure, falls in a way that allows a few strands to delicately veil his face. Despite the reverence in his appearance, there's an underlying ruggedness, accentuated by the weathered texture of his pale skin, his rough, scarred finger. Yet, amidst these contrasts, there remains an undeniable magnetism, drawing my gaze like a moth to a flame, evoking an aura of intrigue and danger. He's like a villain ready to whisk you away.
I like this description. It's fun.
Are you sure you have the right person? My name is Sev, not Goddess. I can never mistake you.
Oh, the zoom out. I love it.
My creator is the most benevolent of them all. She is the generous giver and the kind receiver. She'll share her happiness and take our sorrow for herself. I've been waiting for this day for so long. It's like a miracle come true. To see you in the flesh, right beside me. I spent 20 years apart from you, yet now we stand closer than ever. This is entering some dangerous territory. I need to get away from him. Who knows if he'll do something dangerous?
Question mark?
I swiftly wrenched my hand away from him, retreating several steps to widen the space between us.
Oh, your character sprite's so fun. You do have bulging muscles.
He offers no protest, merely gracing me with a soft smile that bellies the tension lingering in the air.
Okay, time to save. I'm a frequent saver.
How do you know me?
Where are we? How do you know me? I don't know if that's already answered. Let's just say, how do you know me?
How do you know me? You are the charming recipient of my unwavering worship, my goddess. Worship? Indeed, you are the creator who fulfilled me with such bliss and completed me. Your mere presence has sustained me throughout these years. What you've given me surpasses anything I could ever even offer or amount to. Okay, be more specific. What creation? What creator? What goddess? The painting, of course. Could it be that you're not? But it's impossible. Your Esas is still the same as when you were a child. He's undeniably shady, yet I find myself oddly drawn to it. The peculiar terminology, the enigmatic world, and especially him, who keeps crossing my path. Come to think of it, he did mention something familiar. You're talking about my painting, correct? The pixie artwork I've been working on until just a few moments ago? You do remember. How does that have any connection to what you're saying, though? Is this perhaps a test? You were the one who almost finished sketching me until a few minutes ago, talking about how you complete me and make me the biggest, most beautiful. Oh, that's enough, that's enough. You don't need to repeat what I've said.
I would be like, whoa. I made somebody. They didn't need to hear me, but whatever. They did.
So embarrassing, yet in that case, is he truly the half-sketched pixie from the painting? He's that brooding, gloomy figure who was hunched in the center. While I need more information about him, trusting him is difficult. The question of why I'm here lingers in my mind. Plus, his behavior is highly suspicious.
Honestly, I feel like it is suspicious in the sense, I don't even think I'd be suspicious in Sev's case of, like, the character of this man. I mean, I guess I would be, because, like, do I trust men who I don't know? Generally not. Obviously. But, maybe it's not obvious, but obviously to me. But I'm just more concerned, like, how I got here. And I don't think, our pixie man here, is, like, the reason exactly we're here. Something else pulled us in. But I don't know. Or maybe it's about something about the painting. But what is also this esas that was mentioned? Maybe that has something to do about why we're here? Who knows? So where are we?
Why isn't there anyone else besides us? Why are you asking? Is my presence not enough? Huh? What are you on about? Are you unsatisfied with me for some reason? Is that why you're asking for those heroes so early on? Heroes? Is it because of these hideous scars? Or this torn wing of mine?
Oh, you have a torn wing? It's not about that. I just don't, like, where are we? Like, who? Where? Is it just us? Like, do other beings not exist in this plane of existence?
There are other people here. Yes. I can't tell if I'm relieved because I can ask someone else, something else the way back home, someone else the way back home, or where they'll turn out a bit wrong in the head like him. Now that I think about it, maybe he knows about the way to return as well. As much as I'd like to spend my time frolicking around in a magical painting, I can't miss my graduation. I didn't waste 20-ish years of my life to reach this stage just to mess up the finale. I think I got a fair bit of info from him, though it's nowhere near enough. He seems super obsessive.
I mean, yes, okay, going back to being suspicious, if you're super obsessive, that is suspicious. That's true. But I am curious about I don't think he's the reason we're here. Like, again, like, that we were pulled in to all of this, but who knows, I could be wrong.
But I can't figure out why. Is it because I'm the person behind the painting? I never finished it until tonight, though. Why would he be waiting for me? He mentioned that my presence saved and sustained him, but I haven't even touched that canvas for so many years. He's deliberately concealing something. Now that I think about it, what's your name anyway? I don't have one. I've been incomplete all this time, so I wasn't worthy of being bestowed a name by you. Ouch. Somehow I felt guilty. Then again, why should I feel guilty when I'm the victim here? Look, I don't know what kind of idealized fantasy you have about me. It's not a fantasy. Whatever it is, I need to find a way to go back. You're telling me you've been waiting for a long time, and that I'm your goddess or whatever, right? So why don't you do me a favor and tell me the way back home? If not, I might be inclined to look for someone else's help. There's no one like that here. Huh? No one here will be able to help you except for me.
Why? That is suspicious.
What do I do now? Should I coax him a little? Maybe he'll be more inclined to help me if I do. Okay, here's the deal. I'll give you a name and you tell me the way back. You don't want me to ask someone else for help, right? You don't seem like a bad guy. I am genuinely asking you for your help. I've been striving towards my dream for so long, and I can't afford to miss this chance. If you know something, please tell me. I promise I'll give you a proper name afterward. You'll surely be disappointed when you hear it. I've been waiting for so long, and now you want to leave so soon. I understand, but this isn't where I belong. Come on, don't be upset about it. Just pretend I never came here in the first place if that helps you cope. No, anything but that. His cry catches me by surprise, a jarring cacophony against the backdrop of our surroundings. His features twist into a visage both chilling and erratic. That doesn't seem like a good sign. I'll help send you back if I must, but I will not erase this memory. Not until I draw my last breath. You're really going to tell me the way back? Yes, it seems I must. They're here already. Who are you talking about? Are they acquaintances of yours? No, far from it. Their valor is far too clipped and torn to be called such a title. I can sense that wretched essas already, an essence with embodiment of sin.
Okay, so that's what it is. Or something like that. It's an aura.
There's that word, essas. I wonder what it means.
Isn't this a delightful encounter? A villain of the painting besides our lovely little creator. But no worries, we're here to save you from the evil clutches of this one-winged beast. The heroes are at your service, Sev. Oh, that's it. My goodness. I was so waiting. I was like, oh my god, I'm gonna have to do a whole bunch of voices. Ooh, yes, full release will be around July 1st for Otome Jam. Okay. Well,
that is Chromatic Agape's demo. I really like it. I'm intrigued. I do wonder what exactly is happening with this painting. What is Esas? What are these pixie-like creatures, fairies, however they're going to be called? Who's this guy that was half not finished? And why are we like, I get the whole point, like, you're the goddess, you're the creator, you've made this painting, but what exactly is like, what is this like, what does this all mean? I guess obviously these are questions for the full game, but I'm very excited to check it out once it is released. So hopefully you are too. I highly encourage you to check out the demo and choose some other choices that I didn't choose here on screen. I will definitely be doing that. But yeah, anyways, if you like the video, please press the like button, and please subscribe to my channel if you'd like to see me play more visual novels. And I like to play a lot, though, you know, life, barring like a whole bunch of life stuff, I'm generally consistent about posting. So, yeah, check out my channel if you want to see more stuff. But anyways, thank you so much for watching along, or playing along, watching along. Watching along sounds a little weird. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed the video, and I hope you have a good rest of your day. Bye!